I'm 101 years old, and I just figured out what I did wrong. It took me 73 years of my life that I can never get back. They're gone. And soon, I'll be gone too. If you're watching this and you're over 60, listen to me very carefully, because I don't have much time left to say this. And you don't have as much time as you think you do. I know you think you do. I thought I did too. When I was 60, I thought I had decades. When I was 70, I thought I had years. When I was 80, I thought I had time. But time doesn't work that way. It doesn't wait until you're ready. It just ends. I'm Margaret. I've lived through a world war, the Depression. I buried my husband 20 years ago. I've got 4 kids, 9 grandchildren, and I've seen more sunsets than most people ever will. But here's what nobody tells you when you get to my age. All those sunsets, they don't mean anything if you never lived. If you spent your whole life waiting for permission that never came. When I was 28, I had a choice. I wanted to paint, really paint. Not just hobby painting on Sundays. I wanted to be an artist. I was good. My teacher told me I had something rare. She said I could make a living at it if I was brave enough to try. But my mother looked at me and said, "That's not a real life, Margaret. That's a dream. Dreams don't pay bills. Dreams don't raise families." So I picked the safe choice. I got married, had kids, kept a clean house, made dinners, went to church on Sundays, and I put my brushes in a box and told myself, later, when things settle down, when I have time, when the kids are in school, when they're grown, when I retire, later, always later. You know when I opened that box again? Last year. I was 100 years old. The brushes had rotted. The paint had dried into hard, useless lumps, just like all those years I waited. They hardened. They became useless. And now they're gone. And here's the thing that keeps me up at night. Those 73 years, they didn't just disappear. They happened. I lived them. But I wasn't alive. I was waiting for permission, waiting for the right time, waiting for my kids to grow up, then waiting for retirement, then waiting for my husband to understand, then waiting until he died, then waiting until I felt strong enough, waiting for courage that I thought would just show up one day. But it doesn't work like that. Courage doesn't appear. You either choose it or you run out of time. I waited my entire life for a moment that never came, and now I'm here, 101. And all I have are memories of a life I didn't live. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Margaret, at least you had a good life. You had family, you raised kids. That's what matters. And you're right. I did have a family. I do love my children. But you know what? You can have both. I just didn't know that. I thought I had to choose art or family, my dreams or my responsibilities. Nobody told me I could have both, and I chose wrong. And now it's too late. My hands shake too much to hold a brush properly. My eyes are going. My vision is blurry. I get tired after 20 minutes. I can't get those years back. They're buried with all the paintings I never made, all the galleries I never showed in, all the versions of myself I was too afraid to become. 3 years ago, my grandson came to visit. He's 37 now. Good job, nice house, wife, 2 kids. Everything looks perfect from the outside, but he looked dead inside. And I recognized that look, because I saw it in the mirror every day for 73 years. He sat at my kitchen table and he told me he hated his job, that he wanted to quit and do something meaningful, teach kids, make a difference, but he couldn't. Too many responsibilities. Mortgage, car payments, college funds, too risky. Maybe later. Later. That word. That lie. I grabbed his hand and I said, Daniel, later doesn't exist. Later is a lie we tell ourselves so we don't have to be brave today. He looked at me like I was crazy. Like I was some old woman who didn't understand how the real world works. And I told him, I'm dying. Maybe next year, maybe next month. And when I die, you know what dies with me? All the art I never made. All the versions of myself I was too scared to become. And you know what the worst part is? Nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever see what I could have been. It'll just die forever. He started crying, not because he felt sorry for me, because he saw his future. He saw himself at 101, sitting in a chair looking back at 73 wasted years, telling his grandson the same thing. I waited too long. I was too scared. And now it's too late. Don't wait, because later never comes. You just run out of time. And when you do, everything you were too afraid to try, everything you postponed, it dies with you. Stop this video right now. I mean it. Pick up your phone. Look at your calendar. What are you doing this week that you actually want to do? Not bills, not errands, not obligations. The thing you've been putting off for years. Schedule it. Right now, put a date on it. Because if you don't, this week dies. Just like last week died, and the week before that. And one day you'll realize you let 73 years die. 1 week at a time. Last month, Daniel quit his job. He's teaching now, middle school, makes half the money, drives an older car, had to move to a smaller house. His wife was furious at first. His friends thought he was crazy. But you know what he told me? He said, Grandma, for the first time in 20 years, I'm not waiting to die. He's 37. He figured it out 73 years faster than I did because he stopped waiting. He picked a date and he started. So let me tell you what I learned. From not what I hope, not what I wish, what I know. Time doesn't wait for you to be ready. Time doesn't care about your fears, your responsibilities, your excuses, your plans for later. Time just runs out. And when it does, everything you were too scared to do, it dies with you. You don't get a second chance. You don't get to come back and do it right. You get one life, one. And most people waste it waiting for permission to live it. Permission from their parents, permission from their spouse, permission from their boss, permission from society, permission that never comes. Because nobody's going to give you permission to live. You have to take it. I see it in the eyes of everyone who comes to visit me. My daughter, my grandchildren, the nurse who checks on me twice a week. They all have something they're putting off. Writing that book, taking that trip, starting that business, leaving that marriage, apologizing to that person, learning that skill, pursuing that dream. They're all waiting for the right time, for more money, for the kids to be older, for retirement, for courage they think will magically appear one day, but it doesn't. You don't wake up one morning suddenly brave. You just wake up one morning and you're 80, then 90, then 100, and all those things you were going to do later, they never happened, and now it's too late. Your body doesn't work anymore. Your time is gone, and all you have left is regret. I'm recording this because I want you to understand something. I'm not inspiring. I'm not a success story. I'm a warning. I'm what happens when you wait too long. I'm what happens when you listen to fear instead of courage. My doctor says I probably have a few months, maybe a year if I'm lucky, and I'm spending whatever time I have left trying to paint, with shaking hands and failing eyes, because it's all I have left. But it's not enough. It'll never be enough, because I can't paint the 73 years I lost. I can't go back and live the life I should have lived. I can't undo the choice I made when I was 28. That choice is permanent, and soon I'll be permanent too, dead. With all my unlived dreams buried with me, you still can. Whatever that thing is you're putting off, whatever dream you've buried, whatever version of yourself you're too scared to become, you still have time, but not as much as you think. Every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. Every year you delay is a year that dies, and one day, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 10 years, you'll be sitting where I am, looking back at all those years, and you'll realize you waited too long. Don't wait. Please, don't make my mistake, because I promise you, later never comes. You just run out of time, and then it's too late. I'm 101 years old, and I finally figured it out. But I can't do anything with it now. You still can. You still have time. Not forever, but enough. But enough. Don't waste it like I did. Be brave. Start today while you still can.